can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
In the Intelligent World 2030, digital government adapts to people's livelihoods. A dynamic and multi-dimensional labor force, blending human insight with robotics, AI, and more, becomes a key factor in production. People's focus shifts beyond material wealth, and digital means achieve digital equity and fairness, as well as taking control of the metabolism, the very health of the earth. New connectivity, new computing, new platform, new ecosystem. These build the foundation of the Intelligent World 2030. New connectivity, 5G-based communications technologies enable ubiquitous connectivity and all-domain perception. New computing, from silicon computing to optical computing and quantum computing, from all-flash to DNA storage. An open computing ecosystem enables pervasive intelligence. New platform, the ongoing accumulation of industry experience into a converged digital platform, which can be inherited, ultimately enabling digital innovation in all industries. New ecosystem. The SAPO-based collaborative ecosystem provides more comprehensive customer-oriented commercial solutions. Welcome to the Intelligent World 2030, intelligent, green, and resolutely people-oriented. In hospitals, our systems are helping to save lives. Our intelligent data infrastructure provides 24/7 healthcare data services. Doctors can diagnose and treat patients more precisely. Energy powers the world. We safeguard energy production. Our intelligent data infrastructure supports plug-and-play and cloud-based O&M, alleviating the safety concerns regarding your most remote plants. For the financial industry, data flows can provide strong momentum. Our intelligent data infrastructure adopts a converged architecture and can help you control risks in real time and target your marketing efforts with enhanced agility, efficiency, and intelligence. Sounding the opening chords of the next movement of the Industrial Revolution, the era of smart manufacturing. Our intelligent data infrastructure helps you keep pace with the market changes and revolutionize your industry. From the heart of the city to the ends of the earth, let's connect everyone and everything. With intelligent data infrastructure, we are here to help you build a fully connected world. HUAWEI Intelligent Data Infrastructure, born for an intelligent, fully connected world. Now, coming to you.
Efficiency, cost, productivity. Business as usual has always been about turning a profit. If you stop to think about it, what more is there?
Audio. 各位领导，各位
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, a very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to the HC this year, and this is the session of Cloud and AI help the oil and gas industry to reduce costs and increase efficiency. I'm your MC today. I'm Zhang Hen. First of all, let's give a big hand to Mr. Jackie Zhang, who is the director of HUAWEI China Oil and Gas Business Department, to deliver an opening speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone. Welcome to HUAWEI Connect 2020. And this is our session to discuss how cloud and AI will enable the efficiency improvement of the oil and gas industry. HUAWEI has been serving the oil and gas industry around the world. Sinopec and many other oil and gas companies have been working with us. We were providing ICT products and solutions, and now we are offering the cloud network and many other products and solutions as well. We know about tech. Every year we're making a huge investment in R&D, and that helps us to stay in front of the entire industry to build a platform to serve different verticals, but we know that there more can be done. This year, the oil and gas industry has faced the challenges of the declined oil price as well as the COVID-19 outbreak. The challenges are unprecedented, and that's why the oil and gas industry has been looking ways to improve the cost as well as the efficiency. And we believe that cloud and AI will be a new driving force for the oil and gas industry. Digital transformation requires new ways to find out more, to unleash new potentials. We know about the frustrations faced by enterprises when they are embracing the digitalization. With over 30 years of experience in ICT industries, we have also been looking for the new experience and takeaways and know-hows in finance, energy, and many other different verticals. If an industry is about to embrace digitalization, we must know about the industry know-hows. HUAWEI knows about our boundary, the scope of our business, and we are willing to join hands with our partners and accounts to find new momentum for digitalization. The digitalization of agriculture needs one aspiration or one vision. In this afternoon session, we've heard about a lot of positive feedbacks from participants of the HC on the case study of Shenzhen Airport in the keynote. The Shenzhen Airport has found the right track of digitalization. And then the digitalization also needs two assurances. That will be the know-how and the talent. Then there are also 3 steps, including planning, construction, and operation for ensuring the success of digitalization. The planning requires a blueprint which will guide the construction and implementation. Then after the construction is completed, we also need the right team and the right ways for the O&M. We believe that with cloud and AI, we'll need to develop a digital platform to power verticals.
Huawei needs to learn about vertical know-hows, and we aspire to provide the products and solutions that will address the demands of the oil and gas industry. Oil and gas industry is processing terabytes of data, and the terabytes of data is generated based on one forecast or one prediction of an earthquake. And that's why we are striving to reduce the cost of data handling. With AI, we aspire to improve the efficiency to make sure the refinery and the production is safe and reliable. And pipeline network management will also leverage the capability of AI and cloud to achieve refined operation, and eventually we will embrace the era of an intelligent pipeline network. So in the next 1 decade, we hope that we can be with you and join hands with you. Today we are honored to invite 3 partners from the oil gas industry. They will be discussing different topics of the industries, including the digitalization transformation of the industrial IoT, the database pipeline integrity management, as well as how AIoT will enable precise weather forecast. I now would like to hand over the floor to our distinguished guests. Thank you, Jackie. Over these years, industrial internet, industrial 4.0, among many other new initiatives, have been emphasizing the role played by digitalization. Now let's welcome Ms. Chen Yue, the General Manager of the PCITC Planning Consulting Department, to let us know about how they try to embrace digitalization and enhance industrial internet platform development.
100 audio.
Thank you, Jackie and Zhang Hen. Good afternoon, everyone. I am happy to be here to let you know more about the best practices and experience gained by our company. 2 weeks ago, when I received the requests, I was thinking about what should be the title of my presentation. Well, what I am about to present actually depends on what you are willing to learn about. Several months ago, I went to another forum of the oil and gas industry where many of the companies, the players, consultancies were also there. They shared the insights and know-hows of the digitalization. But what I remember, but what impressed me most was one of the guests who was sitting next to me said that after all the presentation, I got even more confused.
Hopefully, you will feel demystified after listening to my presentation. Today we talk about digital transformation. Participants online and offline believe that it is inevitable. But actually, when we get along with some leaders from the company or some executives, they believe that is it necessary to go digital transformation? Is it an important approach to settle the crisis we are facing today? Let's first of all look at the opportunities and challenges faced by petrochemical industry in a digital era. The impact from COVID-19 is far above our expectation and imagination, and also the world is accelerating into a digital economy era. Such an economical recovery and disruption relies on the supply side reform or optimization. So if you want to step out of the crisis, supply side reform is quite inevitable. Now, also digital economy is shouldering this responsibility. Transformation from digital to digital era or industry is inevitable. It also goes into different aspects on all walks of our life. In the future, 2021, 50% of the industry will be digitalized. And also, the influence brought together will bring a dividend of 100 trillion USD. And also, the digital economy is becoming the economical driver. At the same time, we list some of the comparisons today. Industrial economy stresses division of labor efficiency, while for digital economy, the competition is more like a zero-sum game. But now we seek for platforms, personalization, individualization, etc. Actually, we have diversified needs from our customers. Openness and cooperation will become the main theme, and we need to think about the transformation from our customers' perspective. So we don't rely on the consumption of natural resources. Data can be repeatable, can be shared, and has a huge potential to be tapped. So we cannot rely solely on the traditional natural resources and also the information silo and industry barrier. But we need to scale to a new height and think about how to enable organizations, partners, and employees to build an ecosystem to work together alongside the supply chain and provide diversified businesses. What is the industry transformation? We believe we should optimize our production relations and production capability. The essence of Internet Plus is to optimize the production relation. So we believe the energy revolution has ushered into a brand new future, especially according to the analysis on oil and gas trend. Currently, we believe that the oil and gas company expand by capital or solely relying on capital. It's not sustainable. We will go high-end differentiation and a sustainable way to rise up to the challenges. International big companies, they are tightening their belt, but their investment is still on industry transformation in two directions. First, digitalization, and secondly, new energy. As the most radical company who has undergone digital transformation, we have set up 4 business units. Digital and digitalization and integration has become their pillar. So they have concentrated different resources, the fragmented resources, to link across different business units. And their digitalization is not only business level, but also organizational level, their business and management. Apart from that, Shell last year put forward the strategy of digital transformation. And also, Dow Chemical Company set up a dedicated team of cross-industry. And they also have set a CDO on top of CIO. And now the competition in our petrochemical industry is becoming more and more fierce, especially private domestic companies. And also the 3 major SOE are facing a fiercer competition. The business become more customized, and the product is more homogeneous, which is an unsettled problem. With the integration of different new technologies, we are facing opportunities of transformation. So we should follow the trend of intelligence, informatization, and digitalization to optimize supply chain, value chain, and industry chain. And we need to optimize our system and also coordinate our innovation. And thirdly is smart manufacturing and operation. On that basis, innovate our business models, create new products, to adopt new models of service-based and green and innovative service. Can we push forward the industrial transformation? We've also launched some new strategies, especially from SOE. And in the 19th CPC Congress, it pointed the right direction of digital transformation of this industry. And we believe variables cost accounts for a large part in the total cost, so that we can gain a share from digitalization, from R&D to supply chain, manufacturing, sales, after-sales services are all impacted. So we need to increase our investment in digitalization. In 2020, increasingly we found that cloud computing is totally different. And also, COVID-19 has intensified our need of a cloud. So we literally clouded everything. And also, the new infrastructure will also embrace a new chapter of development. As we list here different digital technologies, you might believe that you have applied some of them. They have their own advantages and suitable scenarios to be applied. So we should take specific measures. A mixed cloud technology is adopted by some international companies to ensure a seamless access. And also, Shell has initiated their digital twin plan to intensify their offshore consulting. And in this way, we can save a cost of $75 billion USD, although some oil companies are facing huge pressure to control the cost. But 90% of the CIO mentioned that they will further increase their investment in digital transformation. So what is digital transformation? It has something to do with our team's research. Together with Sinopec, many companies are talking about they are doing digital transformation. IDC's data shows that 75% of the company believe that they began digital transformation, but only 25 of them reached a certain readiness or maturity. Why is there such a huge gap in between? First of all, what is digital transformation? What is the essence of it? There's a lack of real understanding. And also, is there a universal strategy for us to land digital transformation? And then I would like to share with you some of our research results. Petrochemical industry, I believe digital transformation aims to create value, improve efficiency and effectiveness, and drive business transformation using digital technologies. But we need to analyze it from different perspectives. First is value creation. So we need to build our value system to optimize our supply chain, industry chain, and enhance our user experience to activate our current value and tap new incremental value. Secondly is a digital technology driven, which is quite different from traditional companies, and data is playing a pivotal role. And third, business in the center. Business plan and its integration with digital technology or data technology is our future point. And the fourth is efficiency and effectiveness improvement, which is our major driver. Transformation is not only to launch a new platform, but to bring valuable things to our company. In this way, the executive could invest more. So it is an all-factor productivity enhancement and also the overall efficiency improvement. It's a systemic process that takes a long-term effort, and it is an all-round transformation, business, collaborative, or collaboration with other organizations. So in this way, we can make new breakthroughs to the traditional production and manufacturing so that we can build something that cater to the future needs. And there are 3 stages. The first is business enabler. Second, optimization. And thirdly, model re-engineering. There are different scopes of content. IT, digital transformation, local optimization, and then the overall transformation. From business digitalization to digital business. This is a step-by-step process. So what should each company choose? It depends on your own situation. You can choose all of them or one after another. I believe we should have a whole methodology to support different roles in digital transformation. We can divide it into 5 steps. First is to evaluate our status quo, find a benchmark. And secondly, it's an omni-chain competition analysis. What new capabilities should we equip ourselves with? Third is to develop a framework of digital transformation, establish organization and structure and digital platform to support it, and also to tap the application scenarios. Without use scenario or use cases, we can not really land the technology. And also, we can prioritize our needs and also start from our core business to find more growth potentials. Step 4 is the evaluation and analysis. We should set up the KPI for it. Upon project completion, we should have an overall evaluation versus our target. We can have a finance, or we can set up our balance scorecard. Financial-wise, for example, through e-commerce platform, what is the GMV growth, and also customer and partners. We will know the omni-channel support capability for internal process through customer insights. What customer have we developed and expand? And I will not go into the details. For our company PCITC, we have a 3-year track on the 68 companies. According to our data, the oil field company pay much attention to the business enabler. For refinery, operation optimization is their focus. For example, Jinling Oil Petrochemical. As for sales, they pay more attention to remodeling and develop their platform upon e-commerce. The company needs to find differentiated development to lower down their cost. So we have diversified scenarios in our industry. However, many of those scenarios or use cases are not interconnected with each other. So what should we do? So first of all, we would like to start with the design and production, and then we can try to approach from the marketing or sales side. And we can even try to expand the optimization from specific organization to the entire corporate.
So far, we have some of the use cases that are covering multiple different scenarios or departments, and we believe that that should be the mega trend in the future. We can't just apply these new tech in the silo. We want the value chain to be linear. Then, in that way, it will be difficult for us to control the cost and manage inventory. And it also creates the silo as a headache for us. So if an enterprise needs to embrace digitalization, then it must set up a unified architecture that can cover multiple business processes and departments. These processes and the departments can collaborate with each other seamlessly, just like we need to embrace many more new cloud-based applications. And that's how we can fully implement digital transformation to connect all the people, processes, departments to really refine and redesign the architecture. Now, all enterprises have multiple systems and platforms. We are helping one of these SOEs to implement their digitalization journey. Then I think we cannot just have one platform. Instead, multiple platforms should develop together in a collaborative way. And now I'd like to introduce our ProMaze platform. This is the first industrial internet platform for energy sector. It supports public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. It connects all the resources and assets. Based on ProMaze, many companies have been enabled or accelerated along their digitalization journey. The ProMaze aims to introduce value, intelligence, and capabilities. We are offering IaaS, PaaS, as well as SaaS offerings to our accounts. ProMaze aims to set up a new agility ways of operation to really achieve intelligence, value, and capability for enterprises. ProMaze has been involved in the standardization process of the country. And we have also released a smart plant overall framework under the ProMaze brand. They are based on our experiences and know-how of the industry. After thorough study, we found that there are two key use cases. One will be the safety management with apps and many other services. We can improve the efficiency of the safety management, and another use case is the device management. Our app can also support remote O&M. Looking into the future, the ProMaze will provide greater capabilities to enable the collaboration across the entire value chain and industry chain. We will further the implementation of the promise, and a little bit about PCITC. In its 18-year history, we are the vendor that is able to provide the full product portfolio for the oil and gas industry, and we hope to continue our partnership with Huawei and other players in the industry to maximize the value for the entire sector. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Chen. Well, in the interest of time, we will skip the Q&A and start the second topic. The production of the oil and gas industry heavily depends on the pipeline, so we need to manage the pipeline integrity to improve security, reliability, and many more. Now, let's welcome Dr. Feng Qingshan, the Director of the Asset Integrity Management Department of Pipe China, to let us know about how their company is managing the pipeline integrity with data. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to be here at the Huawei Connect this year. And I'm especially feeling privileged to be a presenter here. Ms. Chen has delivered an amazing speech. And when Huawei sent out the invitation to me, I felt incredibly flattered. However, I was also a little nervous because I don't know much about ICT. But recently, I have been involved in the IT system development of my company. So I finally decided that I should take this opportunity to let you know more about what we're doing. And I'm also feeling fortuitous to be here, as this is really a great chance for me to hear your feedback on our practice. Hopefully, we can hear about the amazing suggestion from you. So what do? We are focusing on the oil and gas pipeline. The oil and gas pipeline actually was originated from 160 years ago in North America. And pipeline is widely used for the oil and gas transmission. The oil and gas pipeline actually started in Sichuan, China. But we are actually lagging behind. Currently, the total length of the oil and gas pipeline in China is 140,000 kilometers. Over all these years, we've heard about the accidents and events of the oil and gas pipeline. Then what should we do as a pipeline company? The first priority will, of course, be the safety. And that's the very foundation for our business. To ensure safety and security, the traditional model can no longer sustain. So what is the traditional model? The traditional model is the reactive style of management. So after the 112 accident, the government required all players in the industry to perform a self-check to find out the potential risks that may cause another accident. Then these risks must be mitigated. However, along the way, probably there were other risks that we didn't identify, or there were new risks occurring. Then we were at our disadvantage because we could only try to put out the fire when there was one. That's why we had to change the mindset from reactive style of management into a proactive style of management, trying to predict and prevent the accidents. Under that mindset, we thoroughly check all the pipeline networks, trying to find out where the next accident may occur and then mitigate the risks. So that is the preventative or proactive style of management. That's how we can ensure the safety and security of our pipeline. That's basically what we do. Then, initially, we learned about the best practices from other countries, starting in 1990s. Then later in 2004, we began to perform, to have systematic studies on the management models. We imported the preventative management from other countries, and then in 2008, we found our own ways by identifying the scope and implementation schemes. Then after the full implementation, we discovered some targeted risks. Then in 2007 to 2013, we had an in-depth analysis on these specific risks. Then later in 2004, we began the process of standardization. At the moment, China has already established standards and different schemes for the pipeline management. The best practices have been consolidated into standards which are mandatory for all companies. Then I think there are three flows we need to think about. The first will be the technology flow. So we need to identify the data involved in pipelines. Data is the key, and data helps us to know about the object of management. The more you know about your object of management, the more you can, the more precise you can make the analysis and prevent the risks and minimize the probability of future accidents. Then based on that, we can better prevent fault. And another flow will be the life cycle management. From the planning all the way to the scrapping of the pipeline, the entire life cycle must be properly monitored and managed. So here are the ideas behind our system. Then integrity management has become a buzzword together with digitalization.
So here's my understanding. From passive pipeline to smart pipeline, what is the process in between? According to our analysis from productive force and productive relations, from a traditional pipeline to smart pipelines, from a passive manual monitoring to a smart maintenance of the pipeline. What is the changes in between? We need to sort out this. So the core is safety and high efficiency. Safety is the basis, and economical and efficient is our vitality. So we need to optimize by different simulation. And the technology is based on pipeline digitalization. Without digitalization, we have nowhere to begin. And based on this work, what about the productive forces will drive forward the productive relations and can ease more manual work. Smart pipeline development will go through 2 steps. So integrity management involves digital management. I will not elaborate on the details. Through digital transformation, one approach to realize is to set up standards, create values by providing platform. Now we are only in the informatization period, and the foundation of digitalization is a business standardization. Now I put forward 3 points here. First is to unify data standards. Otherwise, it will form silos. And the basis is the standardization of the businesses. Now we have different business standards. We might have different GB or industry standards. If we cannot unify, then we might follow different codes or standards. And we cannot unify our data and further realize a digitalized process. After the 3 unification, now we are at digitalization process management and then smart integrity evaluation and management. However, the prerequisite here is that without digital model or professional technology model to link different elements or aspects, we cannot realize intelligent data. So this professional technology model takes all the technical experts, for example, risk factors, and their weights. With that, we can realize our intelligence. For defining standards, we should define data standards from 3 dimensions: business, technology, and management. And here's the methodology here. Before setting data standards, we should set out the data logics. That is a prerequisite for defining the standards. Now we ask Huawei to set up the data standards, or the prerequisite for the standards, and data management system to start from key data, carry out data governance based on key data, gradually improve data management and data quality of the whole process. Based on our core business, we need to set up our data architecture, data quality, process, and a good policy. The next is to set up platform. Build a unified data foundation based on service digitalization and data lake to provide data services for external service based on the data assets. We need to define internal data and user access standards. So what about the value creates? We should build a START operation center that features remote information management to implement digital operation. Simply put, we have 3 words: monitoring, management, and control. All sorts of data along the pipeline. A smart monitoring process and a smart decision-making process. Meanwhile, we need to use data to drive efficient business operation and accurate decision-making to add value to data assets and monetizing the value. So it's about the all-domain connection in our pipeline, connecting data and service scenarios, and making applications smarter. For our company, Pipe China, let's take the pipeline network in eastern part as an example. We further rolled out the full network management. Currently, we are realizing the informatized management, but still far away from digitalized management. That's why we upgrade this platform in an all-round way. And all core businesses have realized digitalization. This is the previous software. We reserve the function while upgrading the platform. Finally, some future prospects. First is to strengthen informatization to build a digital asset integrity management system. With digital technology as the main approach to build the virtual space of data. This is our direction to build digital twin. It's easier said than done, especially to create a the database is quite difficult to build. We need experts of digital twin and other professionals to work together and also comprehensively improve the intelligence level. The first is the data integration in the construction phase. I think the handover process should be saved. It's just a one-stop solution. We also need integrated perception data integration and professional evaluation technology to build a pipeline security warning monitoring platform. It's not fragmented or separate platform. Lifecycle management of pipeline data and optimize our asset value. Finally, it's a real case of risk and integrity evaluation based on big data. This is a circumferential welds detected during the internal detection. We need to set up the risk model and also to establish this smart system. We have achieved initial results, but with the expansion and growth of data, we believe we will have a more accurate judgment. Hopefully, we can realize an all-round way of data analysis, prediction, and maintenance of the whole pipeline system. So much for my presentation. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Feng, for your wonderful presentation. In the interest of time, we will skip the Q&A. As we all know, oil and gas is highly dependent on weather. With IoT, cloud, and AI application, the precise weather forecast is maturing. Next, let's give the floor to Song Guiting, Director of the Meteorological Business Department of Envision Digital, to talk about in weather. AIoT-enabled precise weather forecast drives intelligence of the oil and gas industry. Welcome. Distinguished experts, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The theme of my speech is on weather forecast. Dr. Feng and the first speaker talked about industry practices. Actually, we're like the outsider to provide services to you. As is mentioned in one slide on weather forecast, we've learned something. And we also provide services to pipelines in oil and gas, for example, to predict the temperature in tropical areas, whether it has a risk of burst, and also during heavy rain, will there be mudslide and damage. So it's just a transitional opening up. Actually, weather forecast is widely applied to different industries, especially AI and cloud computing, IoT. Is applied in different to-B or different businesses. Weather forecast is playing a critical role, which is quite different from the normal ones. For example, in oil and gas, especially for the offshore oil and gas exploration, weather forecast is playing a critical role. All of our staff arrived at the oil and gas platform through helicopter. So if we can ensure a precise weather forecast and a wave forecast, then actually it's a waste to transport staff to the offshore oil and gas platform. That is the use case of weather forecast. What about in grid? For example, the transmission power cable, transformer, sometimes are broken due to bad weather. So if we can improve the precision of weather forecast, we will have a better timing and preparation to arrive at the site and recover the power. The third one is a hydraulic power generation. It depends on the scheduling of the water in the reservoir. So at what time should we release the water to ensure the safety of our dike, to ensure the power use of that city or that district? Meanwhile, we can predict, for example, next month, there will be less precipitation, so we cannot release much water from the reservoir. The fourth part is the aviation industry, aviation control, which is more highly dependent, especially during flight delay. 70% is due to meteorological reasons. So we can raise the precision by 1 to 10%. Then the precision of the delay can be increased by 30 to 50%. The final use scenario is in a renewable energies, such as solar and wind power. In west part of China and north part of China, apart from Tibet, solar and wind power is commonly used. So currently it keeps growing.
But the renewable energy cannot be controlled by human. solar and wind powers, they come from the nature, which means they need prediction and forecast, and the accuracy of our forecast will impact the arrangement and the usage of our power. AI, cloud, big data are presenting us with great opportunities. So we leverage the opportunities to develop a new weather forecast system. Envision develops a IoT platform called NOS. And on top of the NOS, we deployed a End Weather. It's a AI-enabled high-precision weather forecast platform. It has high accuracy, reliability, and precision, or to say it focuses on the 5 major industries, including renewable energy, oil and gas, new energy, etc. It has leveraged the cloud computing, and it deploys an AI platform where all the machine learning and AI algorithms are aggregated to improve the accuracy of our forecast. Weather-related forecast and data will be imported to our platform. Here are our customers and accounts around the world, including PTT in Thailand, and some CGN, SPIC. They're all the major players in the industry. And this is the demo of our forecast, showing us the wave, the tides, the wind, and the sea level. The system can also be used to perform forecast on the wind farm, national power grid. Is posing fines on low accuracy forecast. A wind farm may face a $210,000 fine every year if it cannot perform high accuracy forecast. Similarly, PV farm is facing the pressure of fines from the government as well. As I said, we can perform forecast on water management, water supply as well. And it helps to create a model for the water supply. And this is the forecast for lightning. Because lightning may interrupt the transmission of the power. If we can detect the risk, then we can dispatch engineers in advance. Our product, the N-Weather, provides all these features, and that's all I'd like to share today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Song, for your presentation, and happy to see all the distinguished guests gathering here. All the guests invited here today are the industry veterans, and we are happy to have the opportunity to hear from them on the inside of the industry. We hope that the discussion started this year can see a follow-up during our next year's HC, and probably we will hear another successful case from the oil and gas industry during next year's HC keynote. So that concludes our session today. But I believe that this is only a start for a bright future. Here on the screen, there are 2 QR codes. Feel free to scan the QR code for participating in a survey. We are more than eager to hear from you on the feedback on this session. And you will have the opportunity to win a small prize. And the next morning, we will invite Xiao Lizhi, who is the head of a research institute, to talk more about the digital transformation of the oil and gas industry. Please stay tuned.
Efficiency, cost, productivity. Business as usual has always been about turning a profit. If you stop to think about it, what more is there? The universe, nature, life, civilization as we know it is about the search for something greater than ourselves. HUAWEI Cloud is innovating technologies to make the world more inclusive. The cloud, AI, 5G are building a fully connected, intelligent world. They do more than drive digital transformation. It's a new paradigm for innovation. Imagine, if you can, what amazing secrets await when we unlock the secrets of the universe. What cosmic answers will we learn? AI can help preserve in the rainforest by identifying the sounds of gunshots or the sounds of illegal logging, protecting the most precious sounds, birds and trees, for generations to come. In cities around the world, we can collect